Hey, welcome to the Morning Mix podcast. This morning we learned that Whip brought a special guest to baseball practice, and then we found out what teachers brought special guests into their classrooms.
Yeah, Whip's worked out. Other ones, it just became a roast. They got hurled insults.
Yeah, boy, those kids are tough. You got to be ready for that. And it's tough when something happens and you just find yourself standing there staring at your grandfather who's now fallen on the ground in the middle of an Olive Garden.
You're going to regret offering to help.
Literally, you know what's best. Just stand there. That and much more right now on the Morning Mix podcast.
The Morning Mix podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's the end of the day and you settle in for a good night's sleep, but your brain just won't stop talking. The day is running through your mind, all of the could've, should've, your to-do list, and no matter what you do, it won't stop. Intrusive thoughts can happen any time of the day and prevent you from enjoying life. Did you know that a good way to make them stop is talking through them? If you are thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online and very flexible and so much easier to fit into a busy schedule. You can start by just filling out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist. You can even switch therapists at any time at no additional cost. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/themorningmix today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/themorningmix. The Morning Mix podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's the end of the day and you settle in for a good night's sleep, but your brain just won't stop talking. The day is running through your mind, all of the could've, should've, your to-do list, and no matter what you do, it won't stop. Intrusive thoughts can happen any time of the day and prevent you from enjoying life. Did you know that a good way to make them stop is talking through them? If you are thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online and very flexible and so much easier to fit into a busy schedule. You can start by just filling out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist. You can even switch therapists at any time at no additional cost. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/themorningmix today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/themorningmix.
So Travis Kelce plus Taylor Swift or Taylor Swift plus Travis Kelce. How do we create a couple name? First, 708. Why don't we call him Tacey?
Oh,
Tayce, Tacey.
I kind of like that.
Tacey's easy, right? It's quick. I like that.
Yes,
Tacey.
yeah.
773. Similarly, how about Swelsey?
Oh.
Combine the last name.
That one's a little harder.
Swelsey. Swelsey sounds like something that happens when I twisted my knee. I'm getting a little Swelsey.
It does.
Sorry. I don't know. 630 went two full names. Tavis Kelwift.
Whoa, that's
That'd be
like
a lot to report.
that's like pig Latin.
All right,
Yeah.
and in Tavis Kelwift news, that's a lot. I kind of like this one. Quick and to the point, 773. You want a couple name for them? TNT.
I think he would approve of that as well.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phenomena.
Yeah, that's
All right,
right.
buddy. Got it. There you go. We've got 331 Quift. Sounds a little too close to. Yep.
A
Thank
bunch
you.
of
Thank
little
you. Thank
things
you.
I
We're
don't
all
like.
right. Yeah, we're all right there.
Eliminating that one.
We're all right there. Thank you. 312. Why don't we just change their couple name to Taylor and whoever? Okay. How about Trailer Trash? Throw the trash on there. I don't know.
No, they
Yeah,
don't
I'm
fit
telling
that.
you
They
guys,
don't fit that bill.
They don't fit that bill.
It was like, Kid Rock and
Right.
I don't know.
Taylor Swift.
Right?
Yeah, somebody else.
Heather says, it says Tacey. We had Tacey, right? 312, what about K-Swiss? Remember the old shoe
yeah,
brand?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're over there with Perez Hilton. What are they up to? I don't know.
Oh, okay, so it's, yeah, I didn't think shoes. That's funny that you thought shoes.
Yeah.
I thought cheese right away. I'm like,
Oh,
delicious.
yeah. They were like the originator
Yeah.
of the all-white sneaker.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Right.
You gotta
I
get
think
your,
Yeah.
they're still around, right? No?
In
boy,
your grandma's closet.
yeah, we're getting a lot of calls.
Worth something now.
A lot of people calling to defend the K-Swiss sneaker right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, watch out. How about 815? Let's call him Trey Tay. Hey, it's Trey Tay.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Traveler. It's a lot to kind of. For 773, why don't we call him Future Top 40? Because that's what the song will be eventually. I like that. Why don't we take a Swelfie? We had that, right? Some of
Okay.
these are blending together. Kel Swizzle. 708. I kind of like
Yeah.
Kel Swizzle. Makes me feel hip. In 2004. Kel Swizzle.
Yes.
That's right.
I like it.
815, let's call them the tight ends. Okay. Well,
Cute.
815, we could call them Traveler. It's kind of fun.
Okay.
And 815, what if we call them Swiftest? Swiftest.
That sounds like the thing from Seinfeld, like
Yeah.
when they do the angry Thanksgiving.
Yes. And you have to.
Mischievous?
Festivus.
The
Festivus.
Festivus. Yeah. So, guys, I felt like we all had a nice reaction to Swelsey or Tacey. And Trailer still stands out.
I know, it's tough.
I do like TNT and
That's
K-Swiss as well.
TNT is good.
TNT was going to be my vote.
TNT I like.
I just don't like that I don't know which one's first in it. But I mean, I think we know is Taylor.
Yeah.
But what's interesting, though, is what I like about TNT for that reason.
Yeah.
Let's say we have a news story. Either one can lead the story. It's kind of nice.
True.
Right.
But
Kinda
it
put
kind of
them on
sounds
T update.
like a G&T.
Yeah, which, gin and tonic.
Oh,
Just
yes.
Plus,
Okay.
yeah. Plus, they
Fancy.
blew up the internet. with their
Uh-huh.
Relationship.
Oh, I think that seals the deal for me.
Yeah.
It's official.
I like
Okay.
it.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, or Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, are now on the morning mix to be referred to as TNT.
Love it.
From Chicago to your device, this is the Morning Mix Podcast.
You're a teacher and you have a guest speaker. Whip brought a guest speaker last night to his 10-year-old youth baseball team.
Yeah.
A former Chicago White Sox pitcher.
That's right.
And then he was a scout.
He was director of scouting. He
Come
led the
on.
minor leagues for a while, had vast experience, has a World Series ring, and he was great.
So you brought a speaker into your classroom. Good morning, John. How are you?
Good.
Okay, good. Now, John, you're a high school teacher. What subject do you teach?
Chemistry.
Okay, and you brought in a guest speaker. Who was it?
Sir Fraser Stoddard, a Nobel Prize winner.
Oh,
I
wow.
also brought in Joe Gatto during the COVID time. So I don't know if you want to talk about either one of them.
So how'd the Nobel Prize winner go over with the classroom?
He was really articulate, and he was in Scotland at the time, and he could talk exactly to their level.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so he was a good. So that was a win, you would say. That felt like a win.
That was long.
Okay, great. And then the second speaker you said was John Gotti. Who was it?
Joe Gatto from
Got it.
yes, from what is it? Impossible? What's the show?
Oh, the on Discovery Channel where they try to whether it's true or not, right? The
Like
No,
Mythbusters?
Joe Gatto from the funny. There's four guys who
in Practical
Oh,
Jokers.
yeah, Practical Jokers.
Oh.
And how'd that go over?
he was so clever. He did not know the content at all, but he could still go ahead and find a way to make appropriate funny jokes. And he was on there for a minute. We barely got him on because I had to get approval from almost everybody in the school.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I
Yeah,
bet there's
right,
a lot
right.
of red tape. You know,
Yeah.
Whip, you can just show up at baseball practice with any old sucker, and the kid. You know what I mean? There's
No
nobody-
rules, Chris.
Yeah, come
no
on.
rules. We do what we want.
Hi, Christina. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing really well. Now, is it that you brought in your husband? Do I have that right?
Yeah. So he's a firefighter, and he actually brought in one of his coworkers to talk to my. At the time, I was teaching high school health, and like it was going pretty well, and then it just turned into like one of the students I had in class. It turned into a roast, and was asking my husband if he was a fat Tom Brady, and then asked his partner if he was 10 years old because he looked like he was 10, and then
Oh my gosh.
yeah, it got very awkward, but in the end, it turned out well. Other teachers actually wanted them to come in and guest speak, and then when in the yearbook, the kids said that the most memorable experience was that guest speaker. And
Oh, good.
Yeah, made an impact.
Wonder what happened to that kid.
Seriously. Yeah.
We'll never find out.
No, I guess not. Best not to ask.
It really failed. Jeez. All right, so we've had the firemen. We had Nobel Prize winners, right? Now we got to go to space. Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing well this morning, Chris. How are you guys?
Doing really well. You brought somebody from NASA into the classroom?
Yeah, her name is Ryan Prouty. I met her at a conference out in Washington, D.C. She actually lives in Houston, but she came to the Downers Grove. She runs the payloads and the missions to the International Space Station for NASA.
Oh.
Okay.
So I got to think that went over well with the kids, right?
Oh, so well. We booked the auditorium and had any classes that wanted to come down over their lunch periods to listen to her speak. And she talked about how she was there from the very beginning. She was a math major, and she was picked up when the whole thing started. So she was helping the design development, and now she does the payloads and the missions of what goes out to the International Space Station and when.
That is so cool. What do you teach?
When
Do
they
you
went
teach
for-
like
when-
astronomy or something like that?
No, I'm the head of the science department at Downers Grove North. Go Trojans!
Watch out.
I love it.
That's so cool. So it went over well. The kids were excited. She was there for like 3 lunch periods. Have you invited her back since?
Well, she hasn't been back. She actually had some friends out in Naperville, so that's why she was in town and she came out.
Okay.
But we did, when they went on the spacewalk to go fix something, we were actually had a back channel and we're chatting with her in the classroom while we watched it live. So she was sending us pictures of what was going on in the control room. So it was a great connection. She's a wonderful person, and the kids she was very engaging and just, sat and talked with the kids around tables and talked with them one-on-one and asked them what their dreams and aspirations were. Yeah.
So wait, they talked to her while she was in space?
No.
I thought you were saying during the spacewalk. Got it. She's at mission control.
She was in the control room.
Got it.
That's like
that's amazing.
as close to
Super
space
cool.
camp as a lot of anyone will ever get. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so cool. Yeah, man, I wish we had that.
Yeah. Those all sound like they went really well.
I know.
I'm not a teacher, obviously, but I have a little story if I could.
Sure.
So I worked at Community Building Tutors, and I brought in guest speakers there for the kids. State's attorney locked him in. He came, Illinois State's attorney. It was great.
Locked him in? Oh, you mean you booked him?
Yeah, booked him.
All right, kid, end of story. I was like, oh, all right, kids, learn something.
Gotcha.
So the kids were kind of young. He did his whole presentation. It was great. And then and we opened it up to questions. They didn't have any questions for him specifically, but they started asking, about crazy crimes.
Sure.
These kids were like, okay, so what if, my neighbor came over and, shot my dog?
Right.
Would you take him to jail?
These kids are dark.
And the guy's like, it just started getting so, worse and worse and worse each question. He's like, and it was the most awkward thing I've ever, been a part of. And I felt so bad for him because these, 7-year-olds are, asking him really dangerous questions.
You unlock the door and let him out.
You're listening to the Morning Mix podcast.
You're out and about with your husband. You're at a fancy event. He drops his whole appetizer all over the ground.
The minute we walk in.
Right as the waiter walks by with it. He's like, oh, I'd love to try that.
Yeah.
Boom. All over the floor. How many people does it take to get down there?
Yeah.
So, Nikki,
I just stood there. I just stood there, and then I turned and started talking to the manager about how delightful everything was. And I let him. He was down there. The server. We didn't need 6 people on the ground.
Well, and the manager didn't get down either.
No,
right.
So I mean, you both just stood there.
We both just stood there. And talked about how good that was, and it's a bummer it was on the floor.
What I like is about probably what was in total 2 seconds. He drops it, you stand there, and you're like, huh. And your name? Bill? Oh, hi. And you're just off.
Yeah.
Hey, CJ. Good morning. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm doing great today.
Good. Now, this happened to you. What happened where you just stood there? You didn't know what to do?
We were out with the family, my 80-year-old son grandfather, and we were at an Olive Garden, and there was this little teeny step that you couldn't see. And we're all walking to the table, and he fell down on his hands and knees. And us knowing him very well, we kind of stood there and watched him. Because the minute the manager, the guy helping, tried to help him up. He's, damn it, I can get up myself. Don't touch me. I don't need your help. And he just starts swearing and yelling at the guy. Oh, I'm sure all the people are like, this terrible family, this old man falls down, and they just all stare at him as he's laying on the ground without trying to help. But we knew exactly what he was going to do if we even came near him. So we let him yell at the restaurant people.
Yeah, CJ, you guys knew the best way to get out of here without a scene is don't approach.
You should have just stood there.
We should have just kept going. In fact, you should have just kept walking is what you should have done.
Yes.
So CJ, stay right there. CJ and the family just stand there. Grandpa's on his hands and knees in Olive Garden yelling and swearing at a waiter. You got to just stand there at that point.
Yep.
Hi, Katie. Good morning.
Good morning.
Katie, you're an event planner, so you probably see this kind of thing all the time, but what happened?
I do. So recently we were at an event in Denver, and I arrived on site, and, early as it was, and my facilitator was already there, and he was freaking out on the staff at the venue that the setup was not what he wanted for the session he was doing, and made the staff really, really nervous, and as they were trying to move tables around, they knocked over about 100 glass plates that fell and shattered everywhere.
Oh, gosh.
And I just stood there. I felt so uncomfortable for the staff that was getting kind of yelled at by my facilitator. I didn't know if I should help. I just froze. I didn't know what to do.
You have to stand, because everybody else is running around at that point,
what are you
right? And you're
do?
like, well, I'm just going to get in the way.
Absolutely. And I was like, do I help? It's glass. What should I do?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my facilitator like, look what you did. Like, you made these people so uncomfortable. They dropped these glass plates. Like, it was the most uncomfortable situation.
About how long in seconds was all of the dropping and shattering going? Was it like a 5 count of shattering, or was it all pretty quick?
No, the shattering was pretty quick. The standing there watching them clean up was quite a while.
It felt like 3 days.
Wow, I'm just going to watch this happen.
Mix and match, it's an easy game for you. Mix and match even has a theme song too. Who will you choose? Your head you'll scratch when you play Mix and Match.
Now it's time to mix it and match it. Please welcome to the Morning Mix, Tim. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning.
How are you, Tim?
I'm doing well.
Okay, great. Now, Tim, you're a human. You're not AI. You sound a little AI-ish right now.
I may be a human.
Okay, hard to say. I like it. Tim, have you heard us play Mix and Match before?
I have not.
Okay, great. So here's how the game is played. I'm Chris. You have Nikki, Whip, and Violetta. We're going to share a fill in the blank. Your job is to pick one of us and try to match us with our answer. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay, great. I love this.
You are easy to go along, get along. I like it.
Yeah, Tim is ready to rock. He's like, I just want to go to Six Flags, guys.
Yep.
All right, Tim, hang there. Gang, here is the question. Over the weekend, I lost my voice. And it dawned on me, boy, if my voice could come back as somebody else's voice, what voice would I want? And so I say to you, if you could replace your voice with a celebrity's voice, what celebrity's voice would you choose? This is a thinker, not a stinker. So put some thought into that. Now, Tim, where are you from?
I am from Whiting, Indiana.
Okay, great. And what do you do for a living, Tim?
I am a valet regional manager.
A valet regional manager. Okay, great. So do you guys have valets around Chicago and in other areas as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. That's fantastic. And now, did you start in that company as a valet, as like a driver, and then you worked your way up, or how do you get into that business?
I did indeed.
Okay, very cool.
Did you ever get in an accident with someone else's car?
No, thankfully not. Well, I did tap a car once, but it was a very, very light tap.
Yeah, it's
And
a
I
love
did it in
tap.
front-
That's fine.
And I did it in front of a police officer, too, so it just made it just that much better.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Did you ever do the Ferris Bueller's Day Off thing where you took a sports car for a couple extra laps around the block?
I cannot feel that in.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
that.
code. What happens at the valet stays at the valet.
He
Come on.
is an AI.
Yes, indeed. That's the code.
Okay, Tim, good news. Everybody is locked in their answers. Now, are you listening to the Morning Mix regularly? You kind of got a vibe on who each of us is?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So then that's going to help, even though you haven't had a mix and match. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask the question again. Tim, I'm going to ask you right now, do you want to try to match with Chris, Nikki, Whip, or Violetta?
I will match with Nikki.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Watch out. I'm going to give you options today, Tim. So I'm going to ask the question.
Okay.
I'll share the options, and then you do some thinking, and you let us know. So here we go, guys. I said to you, a sort of convoluted question. If you lost your voice and it could come back as a celebrity's voice, who would you choose? Did Nikki say Jeff Goldblum, Adele, Joe Buck, or Margot Robbie? Tim, what was Nikki's answer?
That is a tough one, but I will say Adele.
Yes!
Tim, a straight up winner.
That
Nicely
is
done.
yes. You know why I think this worked? Because I could sing beautifully like Adele, and then
Yes.
when I talk, you don't know what the hell I'm saying.
Yeah, you could swear left and
I
right.
can
We'd
do
have no
whatever
idea.
I want. It's amazing.
That'd be a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So, Tim, what led you to say Adele for Nikki?
I mean, Adele has a beautiful voice, and I'm sure Nikki would love to have a beautiful voice.
Yeah, not that the one you had.
Yeah. No, well, no. Oh my! You guys think if I could sing like Adele, I'd be here with you? No, I'm not offended at all. No.
Just for fun, though, do you want to try to go around the horn here?
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Did Whip say Jeff Goldblum, Joe Buck, or Margot Robbie?
Joe Buck.
My man.
Yes. Look
Tim
at you,
is on
Tim.
pure fire here.
Yeah, I'm Joe. He's Troy.
Just
Watch out.
last one's going to be real tough.
Now, we said if I lost my voice over the weekend, it's come back. I feel like 80%. But boy, if I could have replaced it with the celebrity's voice, did Violetta say Jeff Goldblum or Margot Robbie?
Jeff Goldblum.
No.
I know. That was a tough one. It was tough.
Choose that one.
What a toss-up it could have been. No, if he went Margot Robbie, and I go Jeff Goldblum. It'd be so fun to just talk like that. Why not?
From Chicago to your device, this is the Morning Mix Podcast.
You need some self-care. You need to relax. You need to find a way to just let all that stress float off. And in order to do that, you might have to splurge on some self-care. So, an astrologer has determined that based on your zodiac sign, this is where you need to splurge on self-care. Please welcome Rosa to the show. Good morning, Rosa.
Good morning.
Rosa, are you a big astrology person? Do you check the horoscope and all that?
On occasion.
Okay, on occasion. Yeah. Great. Today's the occasion. So, we need to know, Rosa, your sign, and then we're going to tell you where to splurge on self-care. So, what is your sign?
Scorpio.
Scorpio, fantastic. Now, when's your birthday?
November 9th.
November 9. Okay, great. Scorpio, as a water sign ruled by Pluto, as we know,
yes,
the planet of transformation,
not
you
the
radiate passion, intense energy, and emotional depth, Rosa. So for you, the best self-care splurge is one that's going to force you to slow it down and reset like a hot stone massage.
Okay.
Have you ever done a hot stone massage?
I have not, but I've seen it in Big Mama.
Big
and
Mama.
I'm kind of scared.
I like that.
That is the best reference anyone has ever said about a hot stone massage.
Is that Martin Lawrence in Big Mama? Do I have that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie, Rosa.
Did things go awry in the hot stone massage?
Did the hot stone
did
get
it
lost?
burn or something?
It melts into his back.
Okay. Yeah, been there. Been there.
Like it's real relaxing. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, thanks. This is awesome. Maybe just go watch Big Mama's house. Maybe that's what
self-care.
Rosa needs
You're
to do.
laughing.
Yeah,
You're
I would
having
just
a good
do that.
time.
All right. Have a wonderful day, Rosa. You Scorpio, you.
She is going to just watch that movie right now.
She really is.
I want to watch that movie.
Kinda.
Something to think about. Hi, Jackie. Good morning.
Hello.
Hi, Jackie. What's your sign?
Pisces.
Okay. When's your birthday?
March 10th.
March 10th. Beautiful. I'm like quizzing you. Are you sure? It is. All right. Now, do you do a lot of self-care generally, Jackie? Are you a person that gets regular massage or acupuncture or like relaxation yoga, that kind of thing?
No.
Doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like it.
Are those your wonderful children in the background?
Yes.
Yeah. You ever do that thing where you just let them walk on your back and that's as close as you get to a massage? It's a good time.
Pretty much.
All right, Jackie. How old are the 3 kids? What's the breakdown?
3, 5, and 9.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
May the odds ever be in your favor, Jackie.
She needs to know how to relax. Stat.
All right, Jackie, you're a water sign. I know. I'm sorry, bud. We're working through it. Who's that? Oh,
that's my littlest Nikki.
Oh, sorry, Nikki. Yeah. Our Nikki sounds like that sometimes too.
What's wrong with them? What do they want?
You know what's interesting? You're all about
just the fact that we pulled over.
Oh,
it doesn't have to be a reason. If you let a person with no kids thinks there has to be a reason.
There doesn't.
That's the funny part.
Literally. It smells weird. Like what?
Yeah.
You farted, not me.
Yep.
All right, here we go, Jackie. As a Pisces, you're a water sign ruled by creative Neptune. You knew that. You're all about empathetic, emotional self-care. You want to feel something emotionally and physically, which is why reflexology is for you. Reflexology will bring you emotional release, relaxation, profound relaxation, and body, mind, soul breakthroughs.
I'm looking that up to see. Okay.
Yeah, I think
it's
you can
a
have one
type
of
of therapy that uses gentle pressure on specific points along your feet, possibly hands or ears as well, to feel better.
So have your kids punch you in the face, right in the ears. Just have them boxing. You're good.
You know what? My littlest one could totally help me with that. He loves
Oh, good. Hey, Jackie, we're going to make this worth your while. Hang on. We're going to give you a $100 gift card to Chick-fil-A so you can take the kids for some nuggets.
Awesome.
All right, so stay right there. We'll get your info. And finally, good morning, Tony.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, T-Bone. How you doing?
Good. Thank you.
Now, Tony, what's your sign?
You're playing my song earlier. I'm an Aquarius.
That's right. Tony is an Aquarius. Now, when's your birthday, Tony?
February 9th.
Whoop, whoop.
All right.
All right, Aquarius, February 9th. Are you a horoscope, sort of zodiac guy, or do you not really pay attention?
You know, like all Aquarius, I like to say that I am, and I take pride in being Aquarius, but not at all.
All right, T-Bone, you better hold on to your butt on this one, my guy. Aquarius, you are an extra unique and always forward-thinking individual, which is why you would enjoy treating yourself to an out-of-the-box fitness experience like aerial yoga, Tony.
That makes sense. That checks out.
Now, as you know, your air sign, which is ruled by Uranus, the planet, not anyway.
Yeah.
It's the planet of innovation, and it appreciates novelty and self-discovery. So if you challenge yourself to this tricky yoga practice, it'll be the perfect and most unique way to get back in touch with you, Tony.
Is that like where you're hanging in silk and you do yoga in the air?
Yeah, it sounds like you've done it before. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, good. Yeah, you wear like a unitard generally or a dance belt for fellas. It's like the dance version of a jockstrap.
There's a little bit of both. There's a little bit of both.
Hey, if you're lucky.
You never can be too protected.
That's right. I like it. Well, Tony, congrats, my guy. You're in Aquarius. We're also going to send you to Chick-fil-A. Why not?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
And
You bet.
It's kind of got Spider-Man vibes.
It
If you
does.
look at pictures, they're like hanging upside down like
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Let me rattle these off just right quick. I'll just tell you the sign and what they say you should do. If you're an Aries, we didn't do that, right? You need to get a workout in on a Peloton bike. That's literally what this says. If you're a Taurus, aromatherapy is for you. Gemini, you need to go and book yourself a sound healing session, a sound bath. I did that at that Astute Counseling and Wellness Services when we shot those videos of the sound bath. Very unique experience. Cancer, you're a water sign, so you're going to feel relaxed and refreshed.
Yeah, refreshed.
With a soak in a hot spring. You can
Okay.
go find one of those at like the, what's that sex place that has the tubs?
Oh, yeah.
Sybaris?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sex place.
Leo, we didn't do Leo, right?
Nope.
You're going to need a keratin treatment, a cut, and a color. So
Ooh.
pop over to the salon to get your hair taken care of.
Okay.
Virgo, did we do Virgo?
Mm-mm.
You need holistic wellness practices that give real tangible results like a reformer Pilates class. Have you done that one, V? That's like on that thing that you sit on,
No,
right?
I haven't. I'm just laughing because I think that's whip sign, so I'd love to see him in a Pilates class.
Watch out.
Yeah, let's go.
The reformer is like the thing you lay on. It's like the device, right?
It's like pulls you apart. It looks
Yeah.
like a torture
Like a torture
chamber.
thing,
The
right?
stretcher.
Yeah.
It looks like a stretcher.
Right? All right, Libra, you're going to need a chakra balancing treatment. Go check that
the
out.
Chakras.
Okay.
There's 8 of them or 9 of them.
Right, Scorpio, we told you hot stone massage. Sagittarius, you got the best one. Book yourself an outdoor getaway. Get a cute cabin on Airbnb, text some
Aw.
friends, and get the heck out of town for the weekend.
That's a good one.
That's nice. Capricorn, yoga retreat. Aquarius, as we told you, aerial yoga class. And Pisces, as we mentioned, reflexology. I think Sagittarius wins.
Yeah.
And I'm a Sagittarius officially, so I'll see you guys later. I'm booking a cabin for the weekend.
All right.
You're listening to the Morning Mix podcast.
Time now for your Mix Top 6. September 22nd was officially the autumnal equinox. I challenge you to say that 6 times fast, but there it is. The autumnal equinox happened, which means it's fall, which means it's time to prepare for cuffing season.
Oh, doggy.
Cuffing season, what does that mean? Literally means that you find someone to snuggle and canoodle with under blankets, on couches, big fluffy chairs, or beds over the course of the winter, which is coming. So you got to basically find somebody to hibernate with. That is what cuffing is all about.
Okay.
These are the top 6 tips to make sure you have a successful cuffing season. You got a couple of months right now to lock somebody down before winter happens. Who's it gonna be? Am I right, Whip?
Oh, you know it, my man.
Let's go.
Cuff it up.
In at number 6, be ready to move quickly. You know how sometimes it's randomly 70 in like January. We'll have like a 70-degree day.
Yeah.
It could also snow in October. So we don't really know in the Midwest when you're going to need to cuff. So get ready now, because like next week it could be 45. You go, oh, I'm not going outside.
Well, the next couple of days are supposed to rain, right?
Right.
So that counts.
Yeah,
Gotta
it's a good.
stay in.
Yeah, it's like preseason.
Snuggle weather.
That's right. In at number 5, your top 6 tips to have a successful cuffing season. Don't be so quick to judge. First impressions can be misleading. I mean, come on. Florence Pugh loved Olivia Wilde back in 2020, and then Don't Worry, Darling happened, and now forget about it. Regardless, things can change. So what you see may not always be what you get, meaning if the first time you hung out it didn't go so well, give them another shot. Then make the call. Don't be so quick to judge.
Unless they're really bad.
Unless they're a real jerk.
Yeah.
Like if they smell bad,
Probably
the
a deal
first
breaker.
time.
Unless maybe even that you give them a break for possible nerves, like overwhelming nerves the first time. If it's a pattern, you got some issues.
Right.
Yeah.
If you smooch the first time and it's bad, it's not going to get better.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
you
just
can't
their
hold
way.
that against them. They might be nervous.
Look at that. See, nerves play a big part in all this, Chris.
You're doing the opposite of the list. You can't judge.
You're right.
You
You're
buy
right. Shame
them
on me.
cologne that you want to smell.
Oh.
That's the key.
That's how you
Yeah, but
cover
if their
the-
body odor is stinking, it's not changing.
Yeah, right.
So mixed together with bad BO.
Right. Maybe you encourage them to like take a bath.
Yeah.
Buy them like a little gift bag.
List just went rogue.
Number 4 is tough. It's very tough, but we got to come to terms with it. Number 4 on the top 6 tips to cuffing season is more about you. You need to understand that not everyone can like you.
What?
That's right.
What?
At first glance, you might think like, oh, man, I'm awesome. What the heck? But if you notice that you've gone 2, 3, 4, 5 people, you might be time to look inward and go, maybe I do stink.
Wow.
This list is getting sad.
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry, we're gonna get better.
Okay.
Maybe. And at number 3, be aware of retrogrades, you guys.
Oh my God.
Horoscopes. Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. You never know.
Know where they're at.
Talk about being eerie. Retrograde is known to spur resentment and reassessment. So, before you embark on your cuffing season journey, think about what it is that you are looking for. Is it somebody that's just tall? Or do you want someone that's nice? Do you want someone that lives within walking distance to you? Now you're narrowing down the pool. Think about Uranus when you're planning this out, is what I take away from that.
Good plan.
And at number 2, don't focus so much on money. Don't worry about their wealth. After all, it's not about how much money they have. It's about how much money they're capable of making.
Oh, it's about the money potential.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, the surface level of this list. I like it.
I have to be
Watch
really
out.
careful when I say this, but what the cuff is this list talking
Exactly.
about?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You are one smart mother cuffer.
Oh.
That's very close.
It's very, very, very.
And finally, in at number 1, if you need to find yourself a partner for cuffing season, recognize potential partners are everywhere. Hey, so get out there. You never know. Is it the gym? Is it the grocery store? Is it just a nice walk around town? The coffee shop you always go to? Maybe mix it up. Try a new one. You can't just live in your routine and expect that new people will pop up because they're also probably in their routine.
Yeah, I think that's a Reba McIntosh song.
McIntyre?
No, McIntyre, yeah. Macintosh is a computer.
I'll look it up on my Macintosh.
Oh,
That right there is your mixed top 6 if you're gearing up for cuffing season.
that was very helpful.
It's a lot.
People are gonna make so many decisions based on our advice.
They are.
The Morning Mix Flash Briefing with Violetta.
So, Kraft Mac and Cheese is bringing back beloved shapes because fans have been begging for them and the return. So, they announced today that they are bringing back SpongeBob, which is by far the most popular shaped mac and cheese. But they're also going to have Unicorn, Black Panther, and Paw Patrol.
Oh, dang.
Yes.
I'll be honest. We have such a backstock at home. I didn't even know that Paw Patrol and Unicorn weren't on the shelves right now.
Oh, yeah. So, my favorite were always SpongeBob because I feel like the cheese gets more into the crevices.
Yeah.
And then you kind of bite into it's like a gusher of cheese, but mac and cheese, you know?
Personal feeling. They all taste different, though.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely impact the flavor of the mac and cheese.
A lot of people claim they don't, but we know this.
Yeah, they're liars.
So it's hitting shelves in October. Check that all out. Also, the first preview for Beckham, the 4-part documentary series, is coming to Netflix. There's going to be a lot of football in it, a lot of drama, and a love story.
How long have they been together? Like 20, 25 years? Something like that?
Forever.
Right? Good for them.
Yeah, so you can catch the whole thing starting October 4th on Netflix.
They could be the role models for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
You're exactly right.
Singer staying together.
Right.
Making it work.
For love.
They'll be our American love story, and that's the British love story.
Exactly.
And have you, talking about going abroad, have you guys traveled to other parts of the world where they serve a Coke with a lemon wedge in the glass?
No.
Well, it's popular in a lot of places. And there's an American who's sharing, she went to Italy and that's how they serve the Coke there. Wow. And she came back and she's like, this is the only way I can drink Coke now. I squeeze a lemon wedge in it. And she's generated about 20 million views on her video.
Whoa.
And unfortunately, a lot of them are people being mad about it or hating her for being like, this is not a new idea. Like, why are you acting like you just invented adding a little bit of fruit to your Coca-Cola?
Yeah,
People,
I mean, I think I had that at the VFW in McHenry this past summer one time, and I'm trying to think of the most American place in the world.
They were selling it in the can that way for a while.
Right,
they had like a rage.
With an
Yeah.
actual lemon
I think
inside
it
it.
was Pepsi, though.
With the Pepsi? Yeah, one of them. They knew.
Yeah.
They knew ahead. But I've seen a bunch of videos of people trying this and being like blown away by how good it tastes.
I think it's really good too. People just kind of being like, this is not an original idea, but nothing is. So
Yeah, shame
she's
on
just
them.
sharing her idea. Whatever. That's your flash briefing.
All right, thank you for joining us for the Morning Mix podcast. Make sure you rate, review, like, and follow this podcast. You can also follow us on social at 1019 Mix Chicago. And we will see you tomorrow on the Morning Mix.